The Pandyas. One of the three ancient kingdoms in the south of India was the Pandyan Kingdom, who ruled over Tamil Nadu until the end of the 15th century. Korkai was their capital, but then the capital was moved to Madurai. The Pandyas expanded their kingdom and controlled the districts which are known as Madurai and Tirunelveli. Tamil Nadu was divided between the Pallavas and the Pandyas. The Pandyan Empire was established by the Emperor Kadungan in the 6th century. The Pandyas excelled in trading through the seas from Dhanushkodi and Poompuhar, which spread as far as Rome and Greece, all the way up to China, Malaysia and Maldives. The Pandyas produced the finest pearls along the South Indian coast. The Pandyan Kingdom was often subdued during clashes with the Pallavas and the Cholas. This happened because as their kingdom expanded, their neighbors, feeling threatened by them, attacked. Several Pandyan kings helped in the revival of the Pandyas, but it was Mahavarman Kulasekara who led this revival. After his death, his two sons, Sundara and Veera, fought against each other for the throne. The Delhi Sultanate took advantage and raided the kingdom, which ended the Pandyan rule.
Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple is one of the masterpieces of Dravidian architecture, designed based on the human body. Built by many generations of Pandyan rulers, the temple sits on 16 acres of land. There are 14 towers, which also serves as entrances into this temple. Kulasekara Pandian, the grandfather of Queen Meenakshi, constructed a small temple with the Lingam. Around 300 BC, Meenakshi reigned the Pandyan Kingdom and ordered the massive construction of this temple. The temple was further expanded by the newer generation of Pandyan kings by clearing the forest of Cadamba trees, Kadambakaadu. The temple was partially destroyed by the Muslim Invader Malik Kafur in 1310 AD. A restoration project was undertaken by Viswanatha Nayak 1559 to 1600, who also added many new structures to the temple. The temple is designed based on the human body. There are 5 main entrances based on the human senses, like see, hear, smell, taste and touch. There are 9 smaller entrances to the inside complex that denote the 9 orifices of human body: 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, mouth, urethra and anus. In a Hindu culture, it is believed that the air traveling through these 9 entrances was the soul itself. If the air stopped flowing, your soul would leave the body. The streets of Madurai are constructed as concentric circles. There are 5 outer towers ranging from 147 feet to 170 feet high. The tallest is the southern tower, which is 170 feet tall. There are 9 smaller towers inside the temple complex. All the towers have huge gateways at the bottom to allow visitors. These towers are made up to 9 stories of hollow chambers inside for a priest and sculptors to do worship and reparations. The mid portion of the towers are decorated with the stucco work of thousands of deities. Every 12 years, these figures are repaired, repainted and reconstructed. The top level of the towers are adorned with the fierce monster deities. These fierce figures are considered to guard and support the top level. This is the biggest hall in the temple. It was built in 1569 AD by Aryanada Mudaliyar. Ayiram Kal Mandapam means the hall of 1000 pillars. However, it only has 985 pillars. In the center of this hall, there are huge statues of Nataraja and Sivagami. It is also called the Chittira Sabai. At the roof of the entrance to this hall, there are sculptures which illustrate the 6-year cycle of the Tamil calendar. The Meenakshi Amman idol is carved out of a greenstone, presumably jade. Some people think it is made up of emerald. Hence, Meenakshi is also called Maragadambar or Maragadavalli. Maragadam is the Tamil word for emerald. However, the statue is too large to be built entirely of emerald or jade, is perhaps the best guess. Taking picture of this idol is prohibited, so you are not going to see Meenakshi Ammal. Instead, you can watch this elephant. The distinctive feature of a statue is its eyes. The eyes are big, beautiful and mysterious, and Meenakshi is indeed a very apt name for her. Meen means fish and eyes is Akshi. There is a tower directly on top of this shrine which is plated with the gold. Even though it is well documented that this structure was constructed in 1569 AD by Aryanada Mudaliya, there is an interesting local folklore. Once upon a time, a dwarf appeared before Meenakshi and challenged her to a sword fight. Meenakshi laughed at him because he was only as tall as a 1-year-old. However, the dwarf insisted that he could defeat anyone in a fight. So she summoned her army captain to fight with this dwarf. To her surprise, the dwarf defeated the army captain in seconds and killed him. Meenakshi realized that the dwarf possessed the magical powers, so she gave him an impossible challenge. He had to build a structure with 1,000 pillars in a day. If he succeeded, it would be Meenakshi's turn to build a similar structure. The dwarf started chanting mantras, and the nearby mountain split into rectangular rocks and pillars. He started arranging the pillars, and towards dawn, he had set up the structure with the 985 pillars. Only 15 pillars were remaining. So he took a nap, deciding to wake up when the first ray of sunlight hits him. He still had plenty of time, as he had a time until noon. However, clever Meenakshi threw her earring into the sky, which completely covered the sun, making the dwarf sleep until that afternoon. The dwarf admitted his defeat and burnt himself to ashes. This is why structure of 1,000-pillar hall has 985 pillars instead of 1,000. The floor of the entire temple is covered by neatly cut rectangular rocks. These rocks are mostly plain, devoid of any carvings. If you tap on these rocks, it does not sound hollow, but every certain number of rocks. There are square rocks with a lotus carved on them. If you tap on these lotus rocks, they sound hollow. This supports the theory that there are hidden underground structures in the Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple. These lotus rocks could be secret gateways into underground passages or cellars. It is well documented that most Indian kings had secret escape routes and hidden treasures underground. Astashakti Mandapam, built by the 2 wives of King Thirumalai Nayakar. It is dedicated to the 8 forms of Shakti, which is a feminine power. These 8 forms are sculpted on the 8 pillars of the hall. The life history of Meenakshi is painted on the ceilings of this hall. Lord Indra once committed a terrible sin. He had to do a major penance to redeem himself. He came to Madurai and decided to worship Lord Shiva by offering 1,000 lotuses. He was able to pluck 999 lotus from the lake, but he couldn't find one more lotus. Heartbroken, Indra wept and prayed to Lord Shiva. A golden lotus bloomed from the center of the pond, and Indra was able to redeem himself from his sin. That's why the temple tank is called Putramarai Kulam. Pon means gold, Tamarai means lotus. This is my India I love, and not the India of hate.